You need 2 blocks if you have them. If not, it's no big deal. And then I'm also going to say maybe a towel or a blanket towards the end just to support the neck. But we're going to begin seated. Blanket underneath you. You can have blocks underneath you, anything of that nature. And just let your hands rest in your lap. You can close the eyes. Take a few slow inhales through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And with the intention of closing the eyes, it's just really helping you come here into the moment, into your body. Again, like I've said before, so much of our week we are out on the edge and we're just barely hanging on some days with how busy it can get. I'm going to recommend just use your breath, use your 5 senses just to be here in the present moment. This experience of being in your body. Is the present moment pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? Doesn't have to be good or bad. Let's get rid of those ideas. And as we stay more mindful and present and aware, we notice when our mind starts to derail, maybe we start to get into a mood, different emotions pop up, and we're able to see them as they start to grow versus them just hitting us like a big wave. Notice if the breath is causing you to sway forward and backwards, moving a little bit side to side. Feel how you are seated. How is the weight? Is it more on one hip versus the other? Are you balanced out? Maybe relax the jaw, shrug the shoulders. Tip that head left and right. Just immediate adjustments, noticing what in the body is asking for your attention. Remind yourself what your practice serves to you. Remind yourself why you're practicing today. And remember that you have the choice, you have the permission to do as much or as little as you want. Try not to have an agenda. Release expectations of yourself, of me. Let's try to calm the mental activity down by staying here in the body. Allow the breath to lift the ribs up off the hips. And remembering the nature of the mind, it thinks, it wonders, it explores rabbit holes. The train of thought sometimes gets away from us. The moment that you notice you are thinking, mentally say to yourself, thinking, 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 and then come back to the breath by saying breathing, breathing, breathing. And stay with the breath, stay with the body. The moment you notice again that the mind has drifted off, thinking, 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 breathing, breathing, breathing. Two more breaths. On the next inhale, I want you to open the eyes, allow that left leg to stretch out to the side, and start to walk your hands forward, tipping forward over your lap. Rock side to side here and notice how that shifts things in the body. And use that time to explore, to find those sweet spots, that good stuff that's just calming. Fingertips, because we will be doing more tabletop and planks this morning, fingertips to the floor, lift those palms up. So you're kind of activating those wrists and forearms a bit more, just giving it a little strength without holding all the weight. Inhale, slowly start to sit up. We're going to twist to the right, left hand to its own knee. Breathe here. Slide that left hand down the left leg. Lean over that left leg enough to where that right hand comes high, reaching straight up. Maybe left hand to the floor. That may feel better on that extended leg. Reach for what you can control this morning and remain comfortable. Gaze is up that right arm. Take it a little further. The arm comes closer to the face. On the next inhale, we're going to lift up, tip back onto that right hand. Left arm is reaching up. Soften that right elbow. And then slowly tip yourself up. We're going to lean back on the hands. We're going to bring this right foot flat, cross the left ankle over, and then get a nice figure four where all we're doing is rocking side to side. Massaging this outer left hip. So you can adjust your hands, you can adjust your seat, move things around. Stretch should not be extreme. We're just getting going, so you need to have room to breathe here. And then we're going to release. Right leg is to go out, left leg comes in. Start to walk those fingertips forward. Lean forward, breathe. And again, rock side to side. Notice how this right leg is responding. Inhale, when you're ready, we're going to come up. Try to get that spine nice and long. Right hand to the knee. Turn to the left. Twist out. Breathe. Let your head tip side to side. And then when you're ready, slide that right hand down. Left arm is coming up. Maybe move that right hand to the floor. Left arm can come closer to the ear. And inhale, sit up. Lean back on those hands. Bring that left foot flat with that right leg fold in. Cross that ankle. Rock side to side. Feeling that outer hip really stretch out here. And when you're ready, release. Let both legs stretch out in front. Shake it out, lean back on your hands, let those knees and toes turn in and out, in and out, in and out. And you'll see the limbs on both sides just really open up. Sit tall, lean forward over those legs, rounding out the back. It's more of a collapse. If you liked the support of the fingertips and shifting the wrists, go back to it. It's a little bit different with those legs in front, so the weight shifted. Some of you may not feel it as much in the wrists. And then inhale, slowly start to sit up. Make your way to tabletop. Start some simple cat-cows. Knees go as wide as your hips. Hands go as wide as the shoulders. And whatever feels right and feels good, if you would rather rock back into a child's pose and remain more still, go for it. But we're just wanting to use this tabletop to stretch out the torso, the belly, the back, the sides. Maybe even just walk those hands in front, drop your forehead down for a puppy pose. And you're breathing with those sensations and you're letting your breath find what feels good. And then when you're ready, peel back to down dog. Gliding forward into our plank from the down dog. Adjust your feet, your hands. Get nice and long here. And this first one feels rusty every time because we let us just continue to wake up the body and see what's going to be helpful here. Gaze is out in front. Hands pressed down. Heels pulled back. Down dog, exhale. Bend those knees in your down dog. Heels come off the floor a little bit. Glide your chest forward. Adjust the feet. Return to your plank. Exhale this time, we're going all the way down to the floor. Relax those toes, hands forward, fingertips. Press yourself up. Hands may stay on the mat, they may come off the mat. But it's enough to work those wrists, those forearms. Breathing into the belly. Your gaze is low in front so the neck is neutral. Exhale, lower yourself all the way back down. Stack the palms, let your feet come up. Rock those legs side to side. Being really good and easy in that little back. If child's pose doesn't feel wise when you have moments to pause, come here. This is another option. And then legs down. Hands next to your chest. Peel yourself up into a cobra. Hips to heels, child's pose. Arms can be in front, or I'm going to recommend arms at your sides. Look for your breath. Listen for the breath. Your breath draws you inward. It brings you back to home, to that internal environment. Notice the climate and the mind and the emotions. Hopefully everything is steady waters, sun shining, birds chirping. When you're ready, down dog, up and back. Get your feet towards the top of the mat, but maybe 2/3 of the way, so don't get all the way up there. Give yourself some room. Hands go back to the feet, bend those knees, head hangs heavy, shake it out, loosening the neck. Bend those knees more, chest and thighs together. Inhale, curl yourself all the way up. Arms reaching overhead. And then exhale, drop those arms down. Let your head tip side to side. Do whatever you need to do just to kind of feel yourself adjusting, normalizing to this familiar mountain pose, this upright position where all we're doing is standing here. Don't overthink it. Don't engage those legs too much. No need to tuck tailbone. We're just standing here. Trust that your body knows what it's doing. Feet pressed down. Don't even look down at them. Look forward. Maybe eyes closed. Feel all the toes, pinky toes, big toes, outer edges, heels, arches, balls at the feet. And then feel the breath. What does it do? Does it naturally lift you up? Does it naturally hold you? Notice the ventilation that you have here compared to a down dog or a child's pose. Nothing's closed off. You are open to breathe. Remember, mellow flow this morning. We are not trying to rush it. We're all about quality, not quantity. So be intentional with your movements, with your breath. Don't get ahead of yourself. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bow down. Over those legs, take a nice forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest, hands to the floor. Take that left foot back. Heel toe this right foot to the outside of the right hand. Feel your low lunge, runner's lunge. Fingertips maybe line up with the front toes, maybe blocks under your hands. Especially if you have more tender wrists, you need to put something underneath the heels of the hands. Now look forward. That left leg, you feel that plank in the left side. Hands are engaged, pressing down. Step that right foot back, full plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Down dog, exhale. Step forward with the left foot outside of the hand. You're looking forward. Engage that right leg like you're in your plank. And then step forward with the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Let those heels come in a little bit. Lower down into a nice squat. Hands stay low. Maybe blocks in front. Do what you can here. Breathe. Don't hold the breath. Hands down, hips go up, toes turn forward. Straightening the legs, letting the spine round out. Shake your head out, the weight of your head to give a little pull in the neck and the spine. Curl yourself all the way up. Inhale, arms overhead. Let that lift be all that's needed. And then exhale, hands to center. Take 3 breaths. Notice how the body is starting to wake up, starting to warm up. Check your hands, your wrists, let those elbows relax. Remember, if your mind drifts off, it's thinking, 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 breathing, breathing, breathing. Again, arms up, inhale. Exhale, we're bowing down over those legs. Inhale, lift the chest. Right foot back, left foot to the outside of the hand. Find that runner's lunge, we're looking forward. Breathe, feel that plank in the right side in the upper body. Nice and slow when you're ready, left foot back, full plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Peel your chest up, cobra, down dog, exhale. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. Again, runner's lunge. Stepping the left foot forward, outside of the hand, let those heels draw in, toes turn out. Return to your squat. Hands in front, drop your head, round the back. Hips go high, toes turn forward. Take a bow. Inhale, peel yourself up, curl up, arms overhead. Exhale, come center. Breathe. Notice if you want to fidget, if you want to mess with something on your clothing, your hair. Try not to let any of that distract you this morning. Practice on resisting messing with it. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, we're bowing down. Inhale, lift the chest. Hands to the mat. Left foot back. Right foot to the outside of the right hand. You're looking forward. Runner's lunge. Lean into that left hand. Look down that left arm. Take the right arm up. Twist out. Bring the right hand down. Walk your hands over to the left. Adjust your feet. You're passing through that straddle, walking your hands all the way over to the left, and you're going to sink down like a squat in the left side we did before, but now this right leg is long. Stay low with your hips as you walk your hands back to the top of the mat. This time, right leg sweeps back, three-leg dog. Bend the knee, your hips get to open up to the right if you feel it's safe, if you feel it's wise. Square off. Keep that leg lifted as you come into three-leg plank. Don't panic. Take another breath in. Engage the belly. Right foot lowers down, full plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Shimmy this out a bit now. Notice if you're getting a little further in. Let's go child's pose. Arms in front or at your sides. Take 5 breaths, allowing the breath just to kind of soothe any of those rough edges. Your wrists get to relax, your arms get to relax. And even like this, you are not letting the practice get ahead of you. You are not rushing through it. We're taking our time. Down dog, up and back. Get to the top of the mat, float your step. Curl yourself up, breathe in, arms come overhead. Exhale, come center. Notice the feet, how's their grip, edges, toes, heels, arches. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, lift the chest. Take this right foot back, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Get back into that nice lunge. Breathe here. Lean into that right hand. Left arm goes up, twist out. Left hand comes down. Walk your hands over to the right. Pass through the middle. And you're going to keep looking at this long right side of the mat as you sink down into this right leg. Left leg lengthens. And then walk your hands back towards the top. Left leg back, three-leg dog. Glide forward, three-leg plank. Drop the left foot nice and steady. Feel this plank out. Lower down, exhale. Inhale, peel up, cobra. Child's pose, rock back. Fold those arms in, breathe here. Down dog when you're ready, up and back. Instead of walking your feet to the hands, walk your hands back to the feet. Take a nice forward fold. Legs are getting a little longer, tiny bend, never locking out, but enough to feel that length go all the way down the legs, that torso folding over, and then curl yourself up. Arms overhead. Exhale, come center. Breathe. Hands stay close. Look out in front. Shift your weight into that right foot and let that left foot just lift going forward. And just notice what you're able to manage here. So it's not tree, it's not anything specific. Just balancing. Let that right side struggle. Feel yourself move in and out. Maybe you fall out, no big deal. That left foot can catch you. Notice the warmth between the hands. Drop that left foot, bring it underneath the hip. We're gonna shift sides. And then notice when that right foot picks up, the bottom of the foot cools down. Breathe here. Left toes gripping the mat, rooting down. Stronger the roots, the more stable the tree. We'll get to our tree in a few moments. Drop the foot. Inhale, arms come up. Sit down, chair pose, and let those hands just come in front of the chest. They can also reach out in front and stay parallel to the ground. Check your feet. As long as those knees aren't struggling, legs together, legs separated, doesn't matter. This is your chair. Let those hips pull back as you're looking forward, maybe with those hands not arching the spine, but breathe. Sit a little lower. You're going to be okay. Hands to the ground, hips go high. Let it all breathe. Inhale, lift your chest, hands walk out in front into a down dog. Right leg goes high. Breathe in. Right foot steps forward behind the right hand, behind it, not replacing it. Come on up into a high lunge. Hands to the hips for a moment. Check your hips, maybe heel toe this right foot out a bit. We were in a lunge before, but hands down. Now we've tipped that weight up. Breathe. Maybe hands back to the chest. Hands to the ground. Right leg goes back. 3-leg dog. And drop the foot. Left side, take it up. Step the foot forward behind the hand. Back heel stays lifted. Come on up. Lunge again. See how you can manage this. Maybe hands in front of the chest. And we're breathing. Back foot is stretching out. Heel is lifted. Hips are square in front. So you have a little stretch into that right hip flexor, that quad in the front leg. I'm sorry, in the front of the back leg. Where's your breath? Where's your mind? Hands to the ground. Left leg back. 3-leg dog. Drop the foot. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Exhale down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up, breathe in. Step that right foot forward behind the hand. Once again, we're going to come up into our high lunge. Take your time. Try to maintain the balance. Drop that back heel. Extend those arms, open up warrior two. See if extending those arms helps you with your balance. Back heel down, stretching out that back ankle. Press down with that front big toe. Breathe here. Inhale, lengthen that front leg. Reach out with that right hand. Hand drops down. Left arm goes up. Gaze to that right foot. Maybe block underneath that right hand. Level 3 can go right behind the leg. It's not a matter of stacking the hips. We aren't trying to do that. We're just reaching up with that left hand. That's giving that good stretch in that inner right leg. Then that right knee, we're coming up. Return warrior 2. Hands to the mat. Back heel spins up. Lean into that left hand. Right arm goes up, twist out. Right hand comes down. Step back plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Left foot forward, drop the foot. Back heel stays high, come up, high lunge. We were here before. When you're ready, take your time. Drop that back heel, extend those arms, opening up. Warrior 2, feel those hips get a little more comfy. Breathe, pressing down through the outer edge of that right foot. Ankle gets some love. Press down with that front big toe. Keep breathing. Lengthen that front leg. Reach out with the hand and down to the shin, to the knee, maybe a block. Reach up with that right hand. Try not to clench the teeth. Breath continues to move. Then that front knee, return warrior two. And then hands to the floor. Lean into that right hand, twist it out to the left. And then left hand down. Step back to your plank, nice and strong. Breathe in. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Down dog. Exhale. Hands walk back towards the feet. Those toes turn out. Lower down into a nice squat. Revisit. Hands can stay in front. Maybe interlace those hands together. Hold hands and rotate those wrists a minute. While you're here, reverse the direction. And then hands down, hips high. Bow down over those legs. Curl yourself up. Arms coming overhead. Exhale, come center. Walk those feet in a bit. You can go back to that option of the left leg just out in front. Maybe find your tree pose. Balancing, that's all we're trying to do here. If there's a different balancing pose you would rather play with, by all means, this is your practice. I just have suggestions. Press down with that standing foot. Lift through the crown of the head. Keep breathing. Ignore the mind. It's going to keep thinking. Don't let it distract you from staying here. Switch sides. Nice and easy. Try not to make a big fuss over it. Keep breathing. Notice how that body may lock up if you stop thinking about it. And then drop the foot. Inhale, arms come up. Sit down into your chair pose. Exhale. Arms can be in front. Hips are drawing back. Engaging the legs, the feet. Everything is working, turning on. Exhale, bow, hips go high. Inhale, lift the chest. Walk those hands forward into your down dog. Right leg up, breathe in. Right foot forward. We're coming up into a high lunge. Arms are reaching up this time. Can you grab opposite elbows? Breathe here. Hold the balance. Drop that back heel. Release those arms. Warrior two, where we've been before. Inhale this time. Take that right hand up. Peaceful warrior. Lengthen that front leg. Come forward and down. Triangle. This is your flow. Top hand comes down. Back heel spins up. We're twisting out. But this time, I want you to heel toe this right foot a little bit more to that right side edge. And then let those hips drop down. And you're going to look to the right side of your mat. Right arm is reaching back. You get this really huge, juicy stretch into this outer hip. The more those hips drop down, the more you're going to get it on this left side. So there's a lot going on here. This is a very robust stretch, but we've been quietly building up to it. So that arm is reaching back. Inhale. You're going to lift yourself up. Bring that right hand down. Hands are walking over to the left like we did earlier. Sink your hips down to that left side. Right leg gets to lengthen out. So again, it's complicated. I'm going to walk you through it, but then you start to find your rhythm and see what works for you. You can kind of get lost in this movement. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Step back with that right foot. Full plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your chest up. Take the down dog. Exhale. Left leg, breathe in. Take it up, rotate ankle, toes. Step it forward. Back heel high. Come on up. High lunge. Grab opposite elbows. Breathe. Drop that back heel. Turning to the right, warrior two. Open up with those arms. Steady here with the legs. Inhale, left arm up. Come forward, lengthening that front leg into your triangle. Breathe, gaze is low. Top hand comes down, back heel spins up. Right hand really to the far side to give that left leg some room, and you can heel toe that foot out a bit more. Lowering those hips down, left arm is reaching back. Okay, and then also just be mindful of this wrist, this front wrist holding you up. It's taking a lot right now. Inhale, we're gonna come up, reach up, walk those hands over to the right, sink down into that right side. Once again, feel this left leg lengthen. Stay low as you walk those hands back to the top of the mat. Step back into your plank. Child's pose to rest or vinyasa, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, down dog. Right leg, take it up. Step it forward. Come up into a high lunge. To the hips, grab opposite elbows or arms can stay high. The arms are secondary. That's your call. That's your detail. Drop that heel, turn to the left, open warrior two. Nothing new, same as before. Right arm high. Come forward. Triangle, lengthening that front leg. Left arm reaching up. Left hand down, lunge. Twist to the right. Stay here if that big twist isn't working for you in your hips. I get it. Shoulders, wrists, you may have, today may not be the day. Stay in the twist in the lunge or get into it a bit further. And then bring that arm up. Hands walk over to the left. Sink down. Maybe those hands slide out. Bow your head, gives it a little bit bigger reach. Then walk those hands back to the top of the mat. Step back, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Take the dog. Left leg up, breathe in. Step it forward. Come up into a high lunge. However you want those arms. Drop that back heel, open up warrior two. Stay strong in the legs, peaceful warrior. Reach up. Lengthen that front leg, come forward and down. Triangle. Top hand to the floor, back heel spins up, twist out. Heel toe this left foot out a little bit more. Your hips sink down. Left arm parallel to the floor. And then inhale, left hand comes back. Walk those hands all the way over to the right. Sink down. And then walk those hands back to the top of the mat. Step back, plank. Breathe here. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Rock back, child's pose, everyone. Relax the wrists, the hands. Breathe here. Spine is rounding out. Breath is moving. And then down dog, up and back. Walk your feet to the middle of the mat, hands back to the feet. Let's lower down into a nice squat for a moment, okay? We've been here a few times today. Notice if it's feeling any more comfy, maybe you're making a little more room. If you do have blocks, I'm gonna say bring them towards the top of your mat. Maybe those hands slide out in front. Drop your gaze down, tuck your chin in. And then hands to the floor, hips go high. Take a good fold. Curl yourself up. Arms overhead. And then exhale up and drop down. Walk those feet in a wee bit. Tree pose. One side and then the other. Doesn't matter which side you start on. Whatever you want to do with the arms, we're just going to be here for a few breaths. But just start to notice as we revisit the balance each time, it's always iffy the first time around because you're just getting your bearings. You're finding the best way to stack for that day, for that side. This is our third time to balance here. Notice if it helps to come back to it a couple of times, to really feel that good solid grip, to reinforce the state of balance. Drop the foot and switch sides. Keep breathing. And then drop the foot. Inhale, arms come up. Sit down into your chair pose and let those arms sweep back down low. Okay, so those palms are kind of open up to the floor. Thumbs are turned out. And your gaze is forward. Feel those feet. Let them grip the mat. Can you bring those hands together? Chair pose still. Twist to the right, left elbow to the knee. Gaze to the side or down to the toes. Keep breathing. Feel the work. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, twist to the other side. You're gonna be okay. Keep breathing. Inhale, come back center. Reach forward for those blocks. Inhale, lengthen those legs. Those blocks are directly under your shoulders. So if that torso is long, adjust your blocks so they make the distance between blocks and feet as long as that torso, if that's making sense. So you're giving yourself some really good room here. Let's let this left leg scoot back. Turn the hips open to the side. Look down that right arm. Can you balance enough maybe to bring that left arm reaching up into your half? Reach back with that left foot. Press down with the right. Reach up with the left hand. Press down with the right hand. Keep breathing. Bring that left hand back to the block. Square those hips off. Keep that left leg lifted. Adjust that right foot. Can you come up to your fingertips in those blocks? Or fingertips to the floor? Right leg. Bend the knee maybe about 2 or 3%. It's just enough to hold a grip. And then can you bring those hands off the blocks? Believe it or not, that's the meaty part of this. Finding your warrior 3. You're gonna be okay. Right leg is getting juicy. Come all the way up. Tree pose. Arms reaching high. Getting as long, as tall as possible. Shoulders next to the ears. Breathe into the sides. Down your tree trunk. Can you separate those hands? Let the palms breathe. Imagine flowers budding out of the tips of the fingers. Breathe in the morning. And then exhale, drop the foot, bow down. Then those knees, chest to thighs. Feel how good that is into that low back. Inhale, lift the chest. Hands back to your blocks. Readjust your feet. You may just need to make a tiny adjustment here. Reset, maybe rock back into the toes and heels. And as you hold on to the blocks, it really gives you a good amount of support. Even a chair or a tabletop, an island, if you're near the kitchen, can help with this as well. Now take that right leg back. Keep both hands on their blocks. As you turn your hips to the right, feel that out. Can you keep on turning enough to where that right hand leaves the block? Taking that right arm up, pressing down with that left hand, opening up the chest. A lot going on here in this half moon. Half moon cools things down. It's not a full moon. Torso is long. Keep that right leg lifted. Right hand to the block. Square off. Tiny little bend of that standing knee. Come to your fingertips. Maybe this is where you hang out. Can you bring those hands off the blocks into the chest? Keep breathing. Can you come all the way up into a tree pose? It's a lot, I know, but then once you're there, you're there. Arms can reach up, get a little longer. Separate the hands, palms get to breathe, cool down. And pull those hands in. Lean forward, grab your blocks. Stretch that leg back, drop the foot. Toes turn out, lower down into a nice deep squat. Drop your gaze. Blocks out of your way. Hands in front. Walk back into a down dog. Pedal this out. Let your tail wag side to side here. Just reaching into the sides of the torso. Inhale, come forward to plank. Don't even worry about holding it. Just drop the hips into a really big cobra. Just to reach into the front side of the body. Child's pose, rock back. And then inhale, slowly start to sit up and sit down. Legs are in front, feet together, knees wide. Hands can rest on your shins. Breathe here. Okay, can turn a little side to side just to kind of help that torso lengthen out, even leaning back slightly with a grip on the legs. You aren't going to go anywhere. Breathe. And then when you're ready, start to pull yourself forward and down. Let your hands walk out in front. Maybe arms tuck in on the inside of the legs. Even if you have a block nearby at level 3, I like to place the block between my feet. Then maybe rest my forehead. Maybe the other block on top, just to kind of meet you halfway. And then inhale, slowly start to sit up. Blocks can be on either side of the hips here. If you have a blanket, so you can first set up your blocks into your chest openers if you don't have a blanket. If you have a blanket or a bath towel, I'm going to recommend if you can fold it up to be about 3 inches thick, maybe a couple of them. Then you want it to be about enough to cover about half the back. So when I bring it back behind me, if that makes sense, it's going to take care of like my top half of my back. So this is a much more mild approach. So if you want more mild, go blanket. If you need something a little more direct, if you've been in front of your computer and your back really needs to peel back some, get into those blocks. And if you don't have either, just lay flat on your back. Letting the shoulders open up, that's all you need here. So when you're ready, take yourself back, adjust your hips. Even if you do have a bath towel or a blanket that you're laying your shoulder blades on, block at level 1 or 2 to catch your head will make a huge difference here, just so there's not too much pull. Wherever you are, I want your arms to go out to the sides. It's going to encourage those shoulders to drop down towards the floor, and you can even kind of shimmy the shoulders and chest out, and you'll feel, hopefully, a big sense of just letting go in the muscle. That's a big deal here. Palms can turn up, relax those fingertips, legs can stay bent, maybe like lengthen. As long as that low back is happy, legs can do whatever they want. But if that low back is comfortable in any way, those legs need to change. Take a nice slow deep breath in through the nose. Let it feel very just all consuming throughout the body. And then when you sigh it out, just notice any extra tension or pressure that needs to go with it, that it can sweep out. Another breath in, that's fresh energy, moving anything that's currently in the body, just moving it around. It's a good flush of the system. Where did your mind go? Where's your breath? Where are you? If you're on both blocks and you're working your chest opener, take it deep as you want to. If you have the blanket in a block, remove the block from behind your head and let your head fall back. Maybe hold your head with your hands, elbows wide. And then when you're ready, roll off onto one side, getting blanket blocks out from underneath you. Come back onto your mat, rock side to side here. Feet go down, hip width apart, arms at your sides, tailbone curls in, hips up. Come off the floor into your bridge pose, arms are down, feet press down, and just notice what you're able to do here, just keeping yourself lifted with no additional help, no props, no block, no blankets. Exhale, we're slowly lowering down. Knees into your chest, curl forehead into the knees, nice and slow. So we're going in the exact opposite direction as much as we can. Inhale, release, feet down, hips up. Come up, hands press into the floor. Slowly lower down. Knees into the chest, forehead to knees, curl in. On this last one, feet down, hips up. Nice and strong. Maybe shimmy those shoulders side to side, full bridge pose. If it feels better, find a block, level 3 or 2. Place it under the sacrum and hold yourself up. When you're ready, you can come down. Forehead to knees, another teeny tiny package, or take it further. Rock back, hips go up into the air, catch your hips with your hands. Round out into your plow. You can wag your tail side to side. Shimmy those shoulders back and forth. It's important in plow you do not tuck chin to chest. Try to leave a little bit of room for that airway. When you're ready, very slowly bring yourself out of this. Your legs are going to go in front, lowering down, arms at your sides. Elbows dig into the floor. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Allow your head to drop back so it's a fish pose, like you're gasping for air. And then lower down. Head can flop side to side, just rolling back and forth. Hug the right knee into your chest. Left hand grabs that knee. Pull it across. Exhale, twist out. Taking a few breaths. Inhale, open up. Tree pose, right foot to the inside of the left leg. Arms, a comfortable reach, little bend of the elbows. It's more effortless. Just letting that right inner hip open up. Allowing it to air out. And then right leg lengthens. Next breath, draw that knee, left knee into your chest. Right hand grabs the knee, pull it across over to the right. Relax the jaw, the gaze. Keep the breath moving. Inhale, release. Left foot to the inside of that right leg. Hips are releasing, opening up. We're in your tree pose, laying down. Breathing, noticing the tone of softness all throughout. Left leg lengthens. Maybe stay here in your Shavasana. Maybe your neck has been a little tight. And if you have your block nearby, bring your block at level 2 under your head. Trace your hairline with the edge of the block. And you'll just start to feel that tension begin to be pulled out of the upper back. Anything that has been left over, this is where it all just starts to dissolve. Just a few more moments with the block. Start to lower down into full Shavasana where nothing else is happening. No more effort. Notice how you're resting in the natural flow of your breath. Allow your body and mind to continue to settle into your mouth. With a relaxed, open awareness, begin a gradual and thorough scan of your entire body. Placing your attention at the top of your head, and without looking for anything in particular, feel any sensations around your head. Let your attention move down, feel the sensations in the back of the head, on either side of your head, through your ears, maybe any sensations in the forehead, eyes, nose, cheeks, jaw, mouth. As you continue to scan, be careful not to use your eyes to direct the attention. Rather, connect directly with any sensations by feeling the body from within. In certain parts of the body, it's common to feel numbness or there be no noticeable sensations. Allow your attention to remain in your body for these next few moments in a relaxed and easy way. You'll notice your attention may deepen. Every time you revisit these places, you become increasingly aware of yourself, of your body, of where you are in time and space. Images or thoughts will naturally arise. Notice them passing through and gently return your attention to sensations. Let your intention be to release all ideas and expectations, just so you can experience your physical aliveness exactly as it is. Place your attention on the area of your neck and throat, noticing without any judgment whatsoever. How do you feel? Be aware of your shoulders as you take your attention down into your chest, moving slowly down the arms, hands, belly, hips, legs, knees, feet. Now open your attention to include the entire body in a comprehensive way, as if you were standing over your body and you see yourself lying here, peaceful, at rest. And bring your awareness back more to the belly. Notice if it's tight, if it's hard. On your next inhale, try to let that breath soften, expanding the belly. And then bring your attention to the center of the chest, right at the heart level. Imagine the nose is in your chest and you're breathing through the heart. Visualizing a golden mist now. We've had this before, surrounding the body. And imagine this heart center where your nose is. The soul is like a dry sponge. With each breath in, the mist comes into the body. It comes through the heart, feeding the soul with this fresh energy. With each exhale, release the breath through the top of the head, letting go of any thickness, any heaviness. In through the heart, out through the head. Breathe in lightness. Breathe out darkness. With each in-breath, the soul becomes brighter. With each out-breath, the body becomes lighter. The sound of the breath is even and full. Slow inhale, slow exhale. The mist becomes the fuel that feeds the soul. As the mind drifts, gently nudge the awareness back to the breath. On each in-breath, release any tightness in the chest, in the belly. Exhale into softness. Allow the concentration to get stronger with each breath. Feeding the soul on the in-breath, this golden mist. Maintain the full rhythmic breath. In through the heart, out through the head. Rest in this space. Feel in this moment. It's a wonderful moment. Feel this peace inside of you, remembering that peace is in every step we take. And I want to leave you with this to take you into this next week. I heard someone recently say these words. She said, I believe people want to be good. I believe people want to be better, to grow, to ennoble our souls. And we never see the world as it actually is because we are how the world is. She goes on to say, my experience is what I agree to attend to. Only those things that I notice shape my mind. In choosing how we are in the world, we shape our experience of that world and our contribution to it. We shape our world, our outer world, inner world, which is really the only world we will ever know. And in this is the substance of the spiritual journey. It's emboldening, it's empowering, and it's important that we do not resist. Notice in this place how you feel. Remind yourself that it is a new day. Exhale, knowing that you are doing the best you can. Stay soft and tender with yourself and other in these coming days. One hand to the chest. Breathe into this palm. Breathe and feel this peace in your heart. Nose to heart. Inhaling through the heart. Exhaling out through the head. Stay with these visuals this week. Stay anchored. Until next time, from my light to yours, namaste.